Hi gardening friends, my name is Lark and I'm going to show you my worm farm today that I have in my basement all year round in Wisconsin. I've decided to have it in my basement for the last few years because I don't want to bring in or start over another worm farm in the winter because it won't last in our zone 5 area of Wisconsin. So I have decided to keep it downstairs where the temperature is continually about 65 degrees. That way they don't get too hot in the summer and they don't get too cold in the winter. And I can harvest worm castings all year round. I have also gone to using a tote with no holes in it. I know some of you are cringing because I used to have holes in the bottom and holes in the top and have a drainage plate underneath, and I don't do that anymore. Gosh, you who have been watching me hear that a whole lot, is I don't want to do that anymore. I'm getting tired, but I want to keep up the worm casting. So you can see I had newspaper over the top. Okay? That keeps it really dark, even though it is dark. This is a very shallow tote. Oh, I don't know, you can't see how shallow it is. Let's back up a little here. Okay, can you see now? It's a little dark. It's only about 10 inches deep. And I only have one, where I used to have several going at one time. So I keep newspaper on top after I feed them and when they're sitting here. And I put in egg cartons. They really like the egg cartons. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm showing you this today because I want to get some worm castings so I can make some worm tea. And I'm not going to use a bubbler method either. I'm just going to stir water in a sprinkling can with some worm castings. Okay. Lots of worms in here. There are. And it's very wet. So I keep adding newspaper or egg cartons when I feed. Can you see that? Oh gosh, that's a lot of worms in here. It's getting dark down there. So I feed them my greens and I don't chop it up anymore. If you want to harvest worm castings quickly, I used to put it in one of those Vitamix blenders, the kitchen scraps, and then make it into mush, and then the worms can eat it fast. They really don't eat the avocados very fast, but they like them. They like them and I like them. So it's getting wet down here, and I'm going to show you how wet it is. Oh boy. I don't know. Let's see. Is it getting blurry? It's quite wet. But I have enough worms to go around. So what I'm going to do now, because it's so wet, I'm going to be adding the paper, shredded paper, and some paper bags to sop up some of the wetness. Plus they like having at least 4 times more brown than they do greens. So the brown is the paper bags and the newspaper, and then the greens are my kitchen scraps. So I am taking and putting, oh, I got 2 yucky hands. I am going to clear one side there. Okay, I'm going to clear one side, and I'm going to get ready for adding new food. And I do not want any worms on the new side right now. I'm pushing everything over to the left, to the right. You're right. And I want this to finish, this pile to finish. I want them to feed on here. And that's where, when I put new food in, they will, over here on the left, I'll put new food and some shredded paper. But I'm not feeding them today. I'm just going to put this paper in and it's going to sop up some of this liquid. And then when they are done feeding on this right hand side, they will migrate over to the left hand side where I put new food. And then this side will be all castings. And it'll be easier to harvest. Some worms linger in the old part, but most of them will go over to the left here on the new part. So today I'm just showing you how many worms I have, and yes, I'm still worm farming. Just a little simpler method. And I will feed them over here probably in about a week. I'm just going to leave. And I also put something up on the end of this tote here to elevate it, because I want the wetness to come out of this side, all the liquid. And I am putting an egg carton under there, and it just made it higher. So everything is going to drain over here to the left. And if there is way too much, which there should, I don't think there'll be way too much. I could take a little cup and go down on this end here and get the liquid out. But I think it'll be okay. So that's it, gardening friends. This is one of the shortest videos I ever did. Shredded newspaper. And brown bags. Okay, I cut those up, brown paper bags. Then I put the newspaper back over the wormy area. And they're set for a while. They're like tucked in for a couple weeks. They will be happy. They got plenty of food in there to eat yet. Put the top back on. Yep, no holes, or very little. I might keep it cracked a little. And you see that? I keep it cracked a little bit. That's it. So, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you on Tuesday for Tea Time Tuesday. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. 90 degrees here today, maybe 93, and humid. Not fun. So I'm going to go out in the garden a little bit. Talk to you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.